بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله أما بعد. This recording is to help you review resource number 10 in our Ajrumiyyah workbooks. On page number 114. At this point, you've studied the 10th lesson of this book, and you've attempted to answer these questions by yourself, and you've checked your answers as well with the answer key. So let's just review it together to make sure we've understood everything correctly. Resource 10. أسئلة مراجعة من الدرس العاشر. Review questions for lesson 10. السؤال الأول. The first question. قال الإمام ابن آجروم رحمه الله. The Imam Ibn Ajrumiyyah, may Allah have mercy on him, said, فَأَمَّا الضَّمَّةُ فَتَكُونُ ماذا للرفع في كم مواضع. So the dhamma is a what for the rafa' case in how many mawadi, in how many situations or kinds of words. We're looking for two that go in those two blanks in order. So our answer choices are A, alama, khamsa, meaning the text would be فَأَمَّا الضَّمَّةُ فَتَكُونُ عَلَامَةً لِلرَّفْعِ فِي خَمْسَةِ مَوَاضِعَ. That dhamma would be an alama, a sign of the rafa' case in 5 types of words or 5 occasions. B, dalilan arba'. And so that would make the quote فَأَمَّا الضَّمَّةُ فَتَكُونُ دَلِيلًا لِلرَّفْعِ فِي 4 مواضع. C, علامة and أربعة. So the text would be فَأَمَّا الضَّمَّةُ فَتَكُونُ عَلَامَةً لِلرَّفْعِ فِي 4 مواضع. And D, آية أربعة. And that would make the passage read like this. فَأَمَّا الضَّمَّةُ فَتَكُونُ آيَةً لِلرَّفْعِ فِي 4 مواضع. And so, while the words dalil and ayah, they are synonymous with the word alama, you should recall that the word choice used by the author, rahimahullah, was alama. So we only have 2 possible answer choices, and they are A or C. And the difference between them is that A includes the dhamma being a sign of the marfu' case in 5 types of words, whereas answer choice C mentions 4 types of words or 4 occasions. And of course, the actual wording of the text is فَأَمَّا الضَّمَّةُ فَتَكُونُ عَلَامَةً لِلرَّفْعِ فِي 4 مواضع. في الاسم المفرد إلى آخر كلامه رحمه الله. So C is the correct answer. السؤال الثاني. قال الإمام ابن آجروم رحمه الله في الاسم المفرد وجمع التكسير وجمع المؤنث السالم والفعل أكمل. Complete that phrase. والفعل ماذا؟ A, الماضي الذي لم يتصل بشيء, in the past tense verb, not connected to anything. B, المضارع الذي لم يتصل بشيء, the present tense verb that is not connected to anything. C, المضارع وفعل الأمر, in the present and imperative or commands. D, المضارع الذي لم يتصل بآخره شيء, the present tense verb that has nothing as a suffix attached to the back end of it, and that should be familiar to you as the text. The answer is D. That is actually what Ibn Ajrumiyyah rahimahullah said. وَالْفِعْلِ الْمُضَارِعِ الَّذِي لَمْ يَتَّصِلْ بِآخِرِهِ شَيْءٌ. السؤال الثالث. The third question. أعرب كلمة أحد في قوله تعالى قل هو الله أحد. Make i'rab of the word ahad from that verse in Surah Al-Ikhlas. A. اسم مفرد مرفوع علامة جزمه الألف. A single noun, it's marfu'. The sign of it being majzoom is the alif. As the kids say today, that escalated quickly. B. جمع التكسير مرفوع علامة رفعه الضمة الظاهرة. An irregular plural. It's marfu' and the sign of it being marfu' is the dhamma. C. اسم مفرد منصوب علامة نصبه الضمة الظاهرة. It's a singular noun. It's mansub in the mansub case. And the sign of it being mansub is the dhamma. D. اسم مفرد مرفوع علامة رفعه الضمة الظاهرة. This is a singular noun. It's marfu' and the sign of it being marfu' is the dhamma. And that is the correct answer choice once again. It is D. Now, of course, the first one went off track, saying that the word ahad is marfu' and then the sign of it being majzoom is the alif. That started out good and then turned into nonsense. Answer choice B, jam'u taksir, an irregular plural. No, the word ahad is absolutely not a plural word. It is singular, quite obviously. And so you can eliminate A and B easily, and you're left with C and D. Answer choice C claims that ahad is mansub. And it is not. It is absolutely not mansub. It has a dhamma on it, and that is a sign of it being marfu'. And so the correct answer choice was D. أحد is اسم مفرد مرفوع علامة رفعه الضمة الظاهرة على آخره. السؤال الرابع, the fourth question, مثال ما فيه جمع تكسير مرفوع, an example of what has an irregular plural, a quote-unquote broken plural, which is marfu'. A. الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس. B. قل يا أيها الكافرون. C. وتكون الجبال كالعهن المنفوش. Or D. ثم رددناه أسفل سافلين. So, in answer choice A, we have the word sudur, which is a jam'u taksir for the singular form sadr. However, notice it comes after the word fi, and it has a kasra on the end of it. That means it's in the makhfud case or majroor case. And we're looking for, according to the question, مثال ما فيه جمع تكسير مرفوع. It has to be marfu', so A is not possible. B has no jam'u taksir. It does have a jama', it does have a plural noun, but al-kafirun is a jam'ul mudhakkar salim. It is a regular masculine plural, not a jam'u taksir. C, وَتَكُونُ الْجِبَالُ. We have the word jibal. And jibal here is jam'u taksir. It's the plural of jabal. And it has a dhamma on it, meaning it is marfu', and so C seems like the correct answer. But let's just make sure D is wrong first. ثُمَّ رَدَدْنَاهُ أَسْفَلَ سَافِلِينَ. So we have safilin, which is not marfu', and it is not even a jam'u taksir. So C is the correct answer. Now, this fourth question was a little vocabulary heavy. So if you were stuck like, how would I know that jibal is a jam'u taksir? How would I know that sudur is a jam'u taksir? Well, this is just a vocabulary issue. If you didn't have these words in your vocabulary, I can imagine you were pretty stuck with this question. But be patient. السؤال الخامس, the fifth question, أعرب أعبد في قوله تعالى لا أعبد ما تعبدون. Make i'rab of the word أعبد in the verse. A. فعل مضارع مرفوع علامة رفعه الضمة الظاهرة. And as these phrases of i'rab should be familiar to you, I don't really see any need to translate these answer choices for you. B. فعل ماض مرفوع علامة رفعه الضمة الظاهرة. C. اسم مفرد مرفوع علامة رفعه الضمة الظاهرة. Or D. فعل مضارع مجرور علامة جره الكسرة الظاهرة. So أعبد is indeed a fi'l. It's a verb. That eliminates answer choice C. أعبد starts with the hamza, and you remember the 4 letters of the fi'l mudari'. أنيت, A is one of them. أعبد. All right, we have a dhamma on the del at the end of أعبد, which means it is marfu'. So answer choice A is possible. Answer choice B is possible because it mentions marfu'. And as for answer choice D, فعل مضارع مجرور, I hope you recognize something about that answer choice. There is no such thing as a فعل مجرور. So that is nonsensical, not possible in the Arabic language. So we've eliminated C and D now. We're left with A or B. Both A and B identify the word أعبد as a fi'l marfu', but notice the big difference is A says it's mudari' and B says it's maldin. Is it present or past tense? And if you recall, one of the important points in these lessons is that when it comes to fi'l maldin, the past tense verb, then we've dismissed that from our discussion. Why? Because it is mabni. We don't talk about past tense verbs with words like marfu' or mansub or majzum because it's not mu'rab. It doesn't enter into what we call i'rab, where we analyze the case to be one of the 4 cases, marfu', mansub, majroor, or majzum. So that means A is the only possible choice. Let's just make sure the rest of A works. علامة رفعه الضمة الظاهرة. That works. That is the correct i'rab of أعبد. السؤال السادس. The 6th question. ما هي حروف المضارع عند النحويين? What are the letters of مضارع according to the scholars of Nahu? And we've just talked about this, so this should be pretty easy. A. الياء والهمزة والنون واللام. B. نون ألف تاء سين. C. ميم ضاد ألف را عين. Or D. الهمزة والنون والياء والتاء. So remember the word أنيت, and those are found in answer choice D. أنيت in that order. Hamza, Nun, Ya, Ta. As for C, that's actually the spelling of the word mudari'. Did you even notice that? Allahul Musta'an. And the others are just factually wrong. السؤال السابع. مثال جمع مؤنث سالم مرفوع. An example of a regular feminine plural, which is marfu'. In the marfu' case, A. قل يا أيها الكافرون. B. إذا جاءكم المؤمنات مهاجرات فامتحنوهن. C. الذي له ملك السماوات والأرض. Or D. والنازعات غرقا. So right away, answer choice A does not even have a جمع مؤنث سالم for us to even consider it. So eliminate A. The word kafirun is a جمع مذكر سالم. So that leaves B, C, and D to be potential answers. If we zoom in on the Jam' Mu'annath Salim in each of these three answer choices, we'll find that one of them is marfu' and the others are not. So in answer choice B, we have the word al-mu'minat and muhajirat. Both of those are Jam'u Mu'annath Salim. In answer choice C, we have as-samawati. In answer choice D, we have an-nazi'ati. So notice, as-samawati has a kasra on it. That can't be marfu'. And an-nazi'at as well has a kasra, and so it cannot be marfu'. That leaves us with answer choice B by process of elimination. And indeed, the word al-mu'minatu is an example of a jam'u mu'annathin salimin marfu'un. A marfu' regular feminine plural, al-mu'minatu. Now, muhajirat is not an example of that. However, there is an example of the requested language item in that verse. So B is the correct answer. As-su'alu thaminu. The eighth question. Mithalu fi'lin mudari'in qad ittasala bi akhirihi shay'un. An example of a present tense verb that actually has something attached to the end of it as a suffix. A. Akaluha. B. Ya'kuluna. C. Yajlisu. Or D. Jalastum. So let's eliminate answer choices A and D. Why? Because they are past tense verbs. This may not be entirely clear to you at this stage, so be patient. Especially answer choice A, which actually starts with one of the four letters of Muldaur. However, that's not an additional letter. That's the A from akala. That's actually one of the three letters of the verb's base. As for jalastum, in answer choice D, it starts with a jim, so we should be able to eliminate that one clearly. So we're left with B or C. Yajlisu has nothing added to the end, and we're looking for something qad ittasala bi akhirihi shay'un. There is indeed something added as a suffix to the back end of the verb, and so answer choice B is ya'kulun. We have ya'kulu for the singular male, ya'kulu huwa, and ya'kuluna hum. They are eating, ya'kuluna. And that wawul jama'a, ya'kuluna, that waw that indicates a group of people, that's shay'un, that's something added on to the end of the verb, ya'kulun. And so that is the intended muttasil. That's the intended thing that comes at the end of the verb, the suffix, which excludes it from what the author intended when he said that the dhamma is the sign for a word being marfu', for a fi'l mudari' being marfu', so long as it doesn't have anything at the end like a waw, jama'a in this case. As-su'alu tasi'u, the ninth question, a'rib hamiyah. في قوله تعالى نار حامية. Make i'rab of the word حامية in the verse. A. مرفوع علامة رفعه الضمة الظاهرة. B. مرفوع علامة رفعه الياء. C. مخفوض علامة خفضه الكسرة. Or D. مرفوع علامة نصبه الفتحة. So, answer choices C and D are nonsensical. C is wrong because it claims that hamiyatun is makhfud, and we know if it were makhfud it would be hamiyatin. And D is clearly wrong because it combines between the marfu' case and the mansub case. Marfu'un alamatu nasbihi. That's nonsensical. So we have only A or B to choose from. So they both say that the word is marfu' and that it has a sign of rafa'. A says that that sign is a dhamma, and B says that that sign is al-ya'. And so we know that the sign of hamiyatun being marfu' is the two dhammas at the end, hamiyatun, and the ya is not a sign of a singular noun being marfu'. So the correct answer choice is A. And the last question, as-su'alu al-ashir, the 10th question, mithalu ismin mufradin majzumin, an example of a majzum singular noun. A. Lam aktub ala al-waraqa, I did not write on the paper. B. Ja'a Zayd, Zayd arrived, with a sukoon on the del there. C. La yujadu ismun mufradun, there's no such thing as an ism mufrad, as a singular noun. Or D. La jazma fil asma'i, there is no jazm case when it comes to nouns. And you should recognize that last answer as a principle taught to you by the author, rahimahullah. You needed to tie this back to lesson 8, where the author said, فَلِلْ أَسْمَاءِ مِنْ ذَلِكَ الرَّفْعُ وَالنَّصْبُ وَالْخَفْضُ وَلَا جَزْمَ فِيهَا. Nouns can be marfu', mansub, or makhfud, and they can never be majzum. There's no such thing as the jazm case relative to nouns. There's no noun that's majzum ever. It doesn't exist. So A has a majzum item. It is aktub, lam aktub, I did not write. The word aktub is fi'lun mudari'un majzum. But we're looking for, remember the question, mithalu ismin mufradin. We're looking for a singular noun. And so the only singular noun in that sentence is the word al-waraqa. And it is makhfud because it comes after ala. As for answer choice B, ja'a Zayd, then that is incorrect no matter how you look at it. As for Zayd with the sukoon on it, saying it's majzum, well, that's impossible because no noun can ever be majzum. And if you were to say ja'a Zaydun, let's put two dhammas on it, then it can't be majzum, it's marfu' with the dhamma. And then C claims that there's no such thing as a singular noun, and that is absolutely false. Of course, there are asma mufrada, there are singular nouns in the Arabic language. So, the correct answer choice was D. Barakallahu feekum. May Allah Ta'ala bless you and grant you success. May Allah increase you in good, diligence, and vigilance over that which is beneficial for you. وصل اللهم وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين.